Modim אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו, אמותינו. מודים אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו, אמותינו, לעולם ועד, לעולם ועד, לעולם ועד, לעולם ועד. מודים אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו, אמותינו. מודים אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו, אמותינו. Thankful for our lives, thankful for our souls, thankful for the miracles, wondrous to behold. Thankful for the morning, thankful for the afternoon, thankful for the evening, nighttime blessed by you. Leolam va'ed, forever and ever. Leolam va'ed, forever and ever. Leolam va'ed, Leolam va'ed, forever, 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 Leolam va'ed. מודים אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו, ואמותינו. מודים אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו, אמותינו. מודים אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו, אמותינו. לעולם ועד, לעולם ועד, לעולם ועד, לעולם ועד. מודים אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו, ואמותינו. מודים אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו, אלוהי אבותינו, ואמותינו. Thankful for our lives, Leolam Vaed, forever and ever. Leolam Vaed, Leolam Vaed, forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever.
Nice. Hey everyone, come on in and find a seat. Shabbat Shalom and happy Purim. What a fun night. Okay.
No, I'm not going to make noise on my own name. I'll be speaking. Okay, shut up.
Caitlin, Esther, you feel good? Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and happy Purim. Let's sing together, Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is that we are together. Hine ma tovu manayim
shevet achim gam yachad.
Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma. Let's hear you sing. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim.
Let's hear it.
Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Ya la 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 la. Hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Ya la 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 la. Hine ma tovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. I don't know that we have been more pleased to say those words in a long time. How good it is that we can dwell together for Purim. How great it is that we're here in our sanctuary celebrating together. And we're going to call the kiddos up for their first couple songs. So, Mrs. Rose, who are you calling? Just kindergarten through fifth graders who have learned these songs. Come on up right over here. Even if you haven't learned them. Anybody who wants to stand up here can do it.
All aboard.
No, oh, hey guys, why don't you go in front, like right in front, so people can see you. You're going to be in a line right there, right, Mrs. Rose? Great.
Which one?
Um,
C sharp. I think it's C sharp. I'm not playing, but yeah.
So we have a couple of Purim songs that the kids have been working on learning at Sunday school, and they are fun ones. We'll do a couple now and a couple at the end of the service.
Oh, I'm gonna put my
Yeah.
hear the whole Megillah, you will have a Purim thriller, and you won't have to sit still when you hear the whole Megillah. It is the story of bravery. It is the story of deception and defeat. It's the story of victory. It happened on the 14th of Adar. When it happened on the 14th of Adar. When you hear the whole Megillah, you will have a Purim thriller, and you won't have to sit still when you hear the whole Megillah. It's a tale of Vashti and Esther. It is the tale of cousin Mordecai. It is the tale of Ahasuerus. It happened on the 14th of Adar. When it happened on the 14th of Adar. When you hear the whole Megillah, you will have a Purim thriller, and you won't have to sit still when you hear the whole Megillah. It happened on the 14th of Adar. When it happened on the 14th of Adar. When you hear the whole Megillah, you will have a Purim thriller, and you won't have to sit still when you hear the whole Megillah.
We're gonna keep on. Can you? We're gonna keep on singing here, Hag Purim. So stay where you guys are. We're going Hebrew. Havanarisha, rush, rush, rush. Havanarisha, rush. Havanarisha, rush, rush, rush. Purim Day. Purim Day.
It's a happy holiday. We make noise with our toys, sing and dance and play. Rush, rush, rush. Let's hear the groggers. Rush, rush, rush. Let's hear the groggers. Rush, rush, rush. When you say
Beautiful. Thank you, kiddos. You guys can go back and take a seat with your families. Beautifully done. And Mrs. Rose, while you're down there, if you wouldn't mind lighting our Shabbat candles, your favorite thing. Mrs. Rose? So everyone, if you have a Siddur, we're on page 2. Can you guys hear me? I feel like, can you just crank it a little bit? If you have a Siddur, we're on page 2. Otherwise, you can follow along right here on the screen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Well, we have a Purim story for you guys today that we're going to do throughout the service. So I'm going to start while all of our actors get ready over there. A long time ago, there was a king named Ahasuerus in the land of Shushan. And the king invited all of his friends to a huge party that lasted 180 days. That is a long party, isn't it? At the same time, the Queen Vashti, had a party for the women of the royal palace. They had a great time. After 180 days, the king told Vashti that she should come to his party and dance in front of his friends. Vashti did not want to do that, so she said, "No way, I am not doing that." That made the king furious. He burned with anger, and a few days later, Vashti threw off her crown and left town. And that made the king very angry.
This makes me so angry.
Oh, okay, that's great acting, King. So, King Ahasuerus found himself without a queen. The palace searched high and low for a new queen. A local Jewish person, Mordecai, thought of someone. He had this lady named Esther, who was his niece or cousin or relative or relationship unclear. He thought that maybe Esther should try to be the new queen.
Hey, Esther,
Yeah.
I had this idea.
Uh-huh.
You're all hot and hubba.
Woo. Not
Okay.
bad for a
We are
90-year-old,
cousins.
huh?
We're cousins. Yeah, she's looking good, but I bet the king would love you. Just love you.
Ooh.
And, if you were queen, our people would be safe forever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, let's see. Let me think about that. The king is tall, dark, and handsome. He is very kind and generous. Oh, sure, that's a good idea. I'll do it.
All right,
Sure,
well.
yeah.
So
I heard he's
Esther was
rich,
great.
too.
She was smart and funny, and the king fell in love with her quickly, and they got married. But she had a secret that she kept to herself.
And I know the secret, too, that I am Jewish.
Whoa. So we'll see what happens next while the queen hides her secret. We're going to sing the Baruch Hu, and we'll ask everyone to please rise.
With the hand motions, kids.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? And you hear my voice, and you understand. Am I awake? Am I prepared? La 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 la, la 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 la,
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la,
la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
let's all close our eyes and sing together Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malachuto Le'olam. You may be seated. And let's chant together on page 36 or right up here on the screen. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha Hayom alevavecha vishinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha v'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam le'ot al yadecha Ve'hayu latotafot me'enecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Lihiot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. Our story continues. You remember Mordecai over here. He was on duty at the king's gate one night when two of the king's guards were angry at Ahasuerus and plotted to assassinate him. But Mordecai heard about the plot and told Queen Esther. Esther then told the king and gave Mordecai credit, and this was all recorded in the royal book of history.
Oh, my wonderful, fabulous, loving husband. I can't believe that two of your guards had a plan to kill you. And I'm just so thankful that my cousin, uncle, whoever he is, Mordecai, was able to figure out the plot and to warn you.
Wow, yes, yes. I will have to thank that person someday. Good night.
Sometime later, after King this is getting awkward. Okay. Sometime later, after King Ahasuerus promoted his advisor, the evil Haman. He promoted him over all the nobles, and he made him very powerful in the empire. All the king's friends would bow down to Haman to show him, boo, respect. But Mordecai refused to bow down or show him respect. He told Haman that he was Jewish, boo, and only bows down to God.
There we go. You over there, you must bow down to me. I'm a big freaking deal around here.
Well, tell you what. Yeah, there you go. You know, it's not always going to happen, buddy. You know, I don't bow down. I got bad knees besides that, but I don't bow down to anybody.
How dare you?
I'll give you a hug. That doesn't work. All right.
So Mordecai said he would not bow down, and Haman did not take that kindly. In fact, Haman became filled with rage. He thought to himself, if this guy won't bow down to me, I bet all the Jews are disrespectful. So he looked for a way to destroy all the Jews in the empire. But Haman wanted to have a little fun with this genocide. So instead of choosing a date to make it happen, he put wooden sticks inside a bucket and wrote dates on them. And then he pulled one out, and those sticks are called Purim. And on that stick it said that the Jews would be killed in the month of Adar, nearly a year later. He told the king about this idea and started planning. And he had to wonder himself, so evil that he doesn't even have a microphone. That's how evil.
I have to be loud enough.
There, okay. We'll get that in the next one. All right, so we're going to ask everyone to please rise. We're at the Amidah, which is on page 46. We'll ask you to please rise.
Baruch atah
Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor HaNorah El Elyon Gomel Hasadim Tovim
וקונה הכל, וזוכר השדה אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר, מושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, בחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, וכפר חיים בחסד, בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומק נופלים ורופא הולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומחיה אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי העולם. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדוש לכל יום הלוק הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הקדוש.
How about now? There we go. Mute button. Our story will continue. Let's see what happens next. Maybe Haman can get a microphone this time. There we go. All right.
There it is.
Okay. News of Haman's evil plan
Boo!
spread throughout the land. Mordecai heard about it, and he went to Esther, and he said, Esther, you're so brave. You can do this. Maybe this is the very reason that you are queen. You must save our people. So Esther came up with a plan. She invited the king and Haman
Boo!
to a banquet.
Hey, food.
Now, something weird kind of happened. That night, the king had a lot of trouble sleeping, and he ordered an attendant to bring him the book of history so he could fall asleep. In those records, he remembered that Mordecai had saved his life by stopping an attack on him.
Oh.
So the king said, what is the reward or recognition that we gave to Mordecai for this? And his attendant said, nothing has been done for him. And then, the king said, bring in Haman. Boo. Because I need his help with something.
Hello, Haman.
Boo.
Boo! I have a question for you.
Yes, sire, I'll do anything for you once.
Well, see here. What should I do to honor a wonderful man who has made a real difference in my life? Literally.
He's talking about me. You should bring this man out on your own royal horsey and in your own royal robe. Pretty fancy.
Oh, nice.
And everyone should say, this is the man the king really loves and honors.
Oh, wow, that's such a great idea. Please go do that right now for Mordecai.
What? Wait.
Oh, yeah, Mordecai.
No.
I didn't stutter. Mordecai. Yep, Mordecai.
Okay. Oh, no.
So Haman, boo, paraded Mordecai throughout the town. He stood behind him saying, this is the one that the king really loves. He did not feel good about this, but he did it anyway. He walked around. Afterward, Mordecai was so proud and returned to the palace gate. But Haman hurried home. He was dejected and humiliated. All he could do was binge watch Inventing Anna and think about how basic he really was.
Pretty basic.
Poor guy, but not really.
So alkaline.
So I'm not sure how to transition to the Misha Berach from there. But we're going to turn to our prayer for healing because even somebody like the evil guy needs a little bit of healing. So on our list this evening, we have a lot of people who are thinking of for healing. If you have a name of someone, I'll invite you to please recite it out loud when I get to that part. On this Shabbat, we're thinking of Catherine Adler, Marcia Ames, Marilyn Altman, Lynn Adams, Sam Barron, Sarah Bates, Ellen Bender, Deborah Belford, Barbara Belford, Marjorie Block, and Paul Branson. Lee Budin, Jack Cashman, Dave Sedarquist. We're thinking of Dorothy Cohn, Rob Cohn, Dorothy Collins, Susan Nault Collins, Lily Kovitz. We're thinking of Adrian Crawford, Rick Crawford, Taya Delano, Gary Dicker, Tony Diegler, and Carrie Ebert. Sylvia Eckstein, Elaine Ellick, Michael Fiorelli, Rachel Fick, Olivia Glick, Don Goldberg, Jimmy Green, David Haas, Harry Hirsch, Don Kerr, Marlene Levine, Peter Levy, Barb Lucas, Angel Marrero, Fred Martin, Richard McGarvey, Minna Melton, Howard Miller, Caleb Moses, Dick Nettleman, Robert Oakley, Nick Parisi. We're thinking of Aaron Phelan and Ian Phillips and Aaron Plaskow and Rashi Prasowski, Jessica Rathkoff, William J. Reese, Barry Richmond, Zachary Rowe, Irving Rose, and Ralph Sauer. Thinking of Susan Shermer, Pamela Schultz, Barbara Schuster, Marty Schuster, Richard Scher, Jonah Snyder, Joyce Spiegler, Ruth Ann Stewart, Pam Storer. We're thinking of Lou Supowitz, Joyce Schwartzman, Greg Vinokur, and Robert Weiss. And it's a lot of names, and I ask if there's anyone in your orbit who is in need of healing, you could go ahead and name the person aloud. We'll start over on this side.
Andrew Morales, special friend.
For all those named aloud and maybe only in our hearts, we sing together Misha Berach.
Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Lekol HaBracha
Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And let us say
We're going to continue with our version of Aleinu Bayom Hahu. You can find that on page 287 or right here on the screen.
Bayom Hahu, Yehiye Adonai Echad. Bayom Hahu, Yehiye U'Shemo Echad.
even in this joyous Purim service, we want to take a moment for memory. And maybe you are remembering somebody who you used to spend Purim with who's no longer with us. Maybe there's somebody's hamantaschen recipe that you have been enjoying, or someone used to make a costume for you, or there's someone who you love who is no longer with us. We have this moment in our joyous service of memory. And we have this moment to say that we can bring these folks with us even to our crazy and joyous celebration tonight. At TBS on this Shabbat, we are in Shloshim for Scott Goldman, Gloria Hoke, Ronald Lee Solo, and Eileen Wachtel. And we remember those who died at this season in years past, and we take them into our hearts with our own. We are remembering the yardsites of Mavis Banks, Eunice Cookie Kane, Amron Cohn, Morris Dicker, Sylvia Einhorn, Harry Friedlander, Louis Goldberg, Martin Goldman, Stanley Handler, Burton Hollander, Charles Itkoff, Marcia Ann Clapper, Bernard Crum, Jeannie Lewis, Elaine Lustig, Alice Margolis, David Papier, Alex Ringelheim, Lorraine Shimian, Wesley Silver, Louis Statler, Betty Steinberg, and Henry Wormbrand. We're thinking also of all of those who have been killed, whose names we don't yet know in Ukraine and around Ukraine, and we send them love and support however we can. And I ask, does anyone have another name of someone who they are remembering for Yahrzeit this evening? Yeah. Abby? Thanks. Yeah, Pam. Rachel Goldblatt of blessed memory designed sets when we had the full Purim spiels, that's for sure. Thanks for remembering her. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. That was really nice. Any other names? Then on their behalf and on behalf of all those who have known to say Kaddish for them, I'll ask you to please rise as we do our Kaddish prayer together. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyamechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'yizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam ulamei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yidromam v'yitnaseh, v'yidhadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemedu kedesham b'riku. Le'ela minkol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayin alenu kol Yisrael v'imru. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May God send peace and comfort to all who are bereaved among us, and together we say, amen. Well, we're going to do a couple of announcements. You can be seated. We're going to do a couple of announcements before we have the end of our story. And while Bobby's coming up, let me tell everyone, we collected an amazing amount of stuff to go directly into Ukraine. I don't. If you brought stuff to Temple this week, we had almost a full box truck full of stuff that our congregation donated. We're still taking stuff because we're going to take another load down on Sunday. So if you want to bring stuff today or tomorrow or Sunday, you can do that. All right, we'll turn it over to, oh yeah, Bobby, why don't you go where there's a mic? You can use Mark's here if you want.
Oh, I'm not a. Please.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah.
Shabbat Shalom and Hag Purim Sameach, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I will be brief. Please join us right after services downstairs in the social hall for food and games. We continue the Purim festivities tomorrow at 4 o'clock with a fun Purim Tot Shabbat for all the kiddos, so please join us in the social hall once again. And find co-president Mindy Agan, who's in the back of the room, in the social hall tonight, because she's going to tell you all about Mitzvah Day and the wonderful Mitzvah Day that we have planned, April 9th through the 10th. You can sign up right now for any part of that weekend. We have some really great new stuff planned. So either visit the website and click on the Mitzvah Day tab, or talk to Mindy after services, and she will be your guide through all of the wonderful things that we have planned. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and thank you for making TBS your Jewish home.
Beautiful. Thanks, Bobby. So I bet you want to know how the story ends. That night, guys, it is the night of the banquet that Queen Esther threw for the king and Haman. So,
All right.
Congregation, I have a congregation. Please listen, because I have a plan. Check this out.
when they were drinking their wine, having a nice time, enjoying their banquet together, the king said to Esther one more time something that he had said so many times before.
Esther, tell me what you want. Queen Esther, what is your request? I will give it to you, even if it's half the kingdom.
Well, King, my beloved, I ask only that you spare me because I'm Jewish.
Dun, dun, dun.
And please spare my people. Someone is trying to kill us and rid Shushan of all the Jewish people.
Whoa, who would dare do such a thing? I love you, Esther, and
Thank
I
you.
love the Jewish people by proxy. I mean, bagels, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're great, you know? And who could live without the matzah balls, especially the matzah ball soup? Am I right? Am I right?
Oh, I
Yeah?
love that, yeah. And gefilte fish and herring, and we could go on and on.
Oh, yeah.
But here goes. Congregation, I have to tell the king that I hate to tell you this, my love, but the person who wanted to kill us is your trusted, terrible, dreadful, disturbing, disastrous,
Wow.
and ugly sidekick, Haman.
Boo!
Shut the front door.
Yeah, he wants to get rid of all of us.
Whoa.
Boo!
That's lame. That's whack. You want to kill my wonderful wife and
Yeah.
all of her people?
How dare he?
What is wrong with you? Haven't you ever tasted lox? Like we need Jewish people.
Yes.
No, I'm Persian. You have it all wrong. Yeah.
Oh, no, we have it all right. You mansplaining hater. How'd you like that word?
King, just chill out, man. Don't do anything drastic or crazy.
Oh no, I'm known for drastic. You have threatened the queen and the whole palace. Guards, take him away and get rid of him permanently.
Bye, Haman. Don't you try to mess with us Jews, right, everybody?
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Haman. Boo! Haman didn't have time to learn much of anything because he never saw the light of the next day. As our story comes to a close, King Ahasuerus gave all of Haman's property to Queen Esther and made Mordecai his royal advisor.
Not my playground.
Even your playground. Now leave. As the Jewish people celebrated with days of feasting and gladness. And there's a weird part at the end of the story where they do a lot of killing, but we'll leave that for another year's Purim story. And they all lived happily ever after.
Except
Kind
me.
of. With irritable bowel syndrome. Yay. Let's do some Purim songs to close out our service tonight. So you want to call the kiddos up for... Oh, wait, well, let's sing Wicked, Wicked Man first. And then we'll do it, yeah.
No kids for that.
No kids yet. Not quite yet. In just a minute. Guys, this is a very classic and a little bit violent Purim song. We toned it down a little bit from the 1960s. So let's join together and sing. Whichever key you'd like.
I see. G.
I can't believe we let Haman play bass. Oh. Oh. All right. Yeah.
All right, I think we got a key.
Oh, once there was a wicked, wicked man, and Haman was his name, sir. He lied and lied about the Jews, and they were not to blame, sir. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. And not some Hamantaschen. All right, here we go. And Esther was the lovely queen of King Ahasuerus. When Haman said he'd kill us all, oh my, how he did scare us. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. We'll knock some Hamantaschen. And Esther had a cousin, and his name was Mordecai. He asked her, can you help us? And she said, of course I'll try. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. And knock some Hamantaschen. When Esther speaking to the king of Haman's plotted mansion, said he, oh no he won't, we'll spoil his bad intention. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. And not some Hamantaschen. Just 2 verses left. In spite of Haman's awful plan and the great care that he gave us, Esther was so brave and strong, she knew just how to save us. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. We'll not some Hamantaschen. So Haman got his just desserts, and he had won the day. And Esther we will never forget, and on this day we last night. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. Oh, today we'll marry, marry me. And not some Hamantaschen. All right, kiddos, come on up to sing All Aboard the Shushan Train. We got 2 songs left.
EFF, okay.
Hey, Jake.
All aboard, Shushan. In Purim costume, in my trunk of my Purim costume. All aboard, Shushan.
song for you. It's a classic. My hat, it has three corners. Hakova Shali, Shalosh Pinos. Let's get our three-cornered hats on, everyone.
What?
My
Wrong key. Oh, okay, open. Gotta find it. My hat, it has three corners. Three corners has my hat. But had it not three corners, it would not be my hat.
Sure, we can sing this.
Here we go. Shalosh Pino, Shalosh Pino, Shalosh All right, hat has three corners. My hat, it has three corners. Three corners has my hat. But had it not three corners, it would not be my hat.
Beautiful singing, everyone. Well, and yeah, you guys go back to your seats for one moment as we tell everyone what's going to happen. In just a few moments, we're going to go downstairs, and as Bobby mentioned, there is a delicious carnival meal with hamantash and hot dogs. There's going to be a costume contest judged by Queen Esther over there. What are you pointing to, Nick? No, we're not going to. Judged by Queen Esther, and there are games and prizes. Big thank you to Angela over there and the Bestie Youth Group for putting it all together. Shabbat Shalom and Happy Purim, everyone. Hag Sameach.